Scorpio. It's in my second house. Second house is the core energy of you. It's your self-worth, which translates into the magnetization of money. That's why if you don't feel that great about yourself, the money flow is like, if you're feeling great, you're feeling abundant, you're feeling like involved with what you're doing on the day-to-day, that's how it flows. Second house also shows tangible possessions and values. These are the notes I wrote about Scorpio. Feel this if you're a Scorpio yourself, planets, positions. If you're a Scorpio and you relate to any of this, please let me know. Let me know when your birthday is. Happy birthday, Scorpios. I love that intense depth. I love it. I'm a Scorpio moon as well though. If you're confused why I mentioned Libra then Scorpio, preface, I am a Leo sun with a Scorpio moon and a Libra rising. End of Scorpio season is the end of my big 3 finale. It starts off with Leo, goes into Libra, and then finishes with Scorpio. I've been birthed again. Thank you. A significant lumination at this time was a Taurus frost full moon. There is a notable difference, balance or coming togetherness between the two signs for me. Taurus is in my 8th house, a highlight surrounding 8th house things concerning emotional possessions, shadow transformation, sexuality, sharing. This is sharing for anything, like whatever you kind of want to share of yourself. There was a highlight of those, and this is what happened between those times. Oh, before I talked about what actually happened to me during Scorpio season, I would like to say anybody that has a Scorpio in their second house, I wrote notes for us. Life lessons around money and materials. I just have to look back at my homeless journey to say, yeah. Receives abundance easier by helping others transform and receive. Say you're just like teaching just to teach, you wouldn't just be gaining because you want to teach. What happens after you teach, like there's an actual transformation that happens, that's when you actually receive much easier. We're gonna get into the notes of what happened. Anyone is familiar with the deity Hestia in the Greek pantheon. I almost felt that type of energy be really focused. How I view that deity's energy is they're the hearth of the home. They're what keeps the home warm, comfy, running smoothly. Okay, what do I feel like my hearth of fire is within myself? What keeps me running? It's getting colder out. I'm someone who thrives in the summer. That's my favorite season. When it's winter, I'm like, before, I used to totally succumb to, oh, fuck, this is just seasonal depression. I'm just a sack of shit now. Now I kind of want to encourage myself to keep it going, you know, like not maybe as intensely as I would in the summertime, but at least keep it going in an internal way. Okay, what am I really passionate about that I look forward to every day that lights me up? My creations. My creations keep me alive. Part of my passionate fire, my journals are at the top. I love to write every day. If I cannot write a day, it just drives me insane. Crochet. If I were to rank my hobbies and passions in terms of how much effort I'm putting into it, it would be journals, crochet, editing. I love to paint. I love to take pictures. I love to focus on this hearth fire instead of proving myself on social media. Ever since creating social media a way to be perceived out and about, and that's when I started my OnlyFans, there was always a point to prove about something. I never felt like I had support from any of my friends being on social media. I always felt like, okay, I have to make it big for other people to validate what I'm doing, see that what I'm doing is okay. I always had it in the back of my mind that, okay, I gotta get my numbers up, I gotta get this. But at the same time, I wasn't someone who did stuff for the algorithm either. It was just like a lot of overworking, still not getting the result because that's not what I was supposed to like even have social media for. I just want my social media to be what I do after the fact of what I've already done. Instead, I would be just doing like, oh, I finished a project. Oh, let me show you guys I finished a project. This is what I was working on for the last like couple months. I'm stopping the proving of healing. Teaching what I know as proof of my knowledge. Spirituality is its whole other thing when you step out of societal routine. For me, in my head, it felt like if I didn't almost teach what I was learning, what I was doing didn't mean anything. It wasn't affecting the next person. If it was only working for me, wait, what does that even mean then if it's only working for me? I was having a really hard time with the spirituality. It was like having an ego death during spirituality. Oh, I know this knowledge. Obviously, I'm seeing the result that things are changing for me. Other people might not see it, but I want to show other people that I am changing, that they can change too. Just this whole thing this month where I was like, why am I still trying so hard to bring people with me? As I'm reflecting right now, I wanted to help people so that they could be more free for me. What if they didn't even want to be helped at all? What if they didn't even want me at all? Like, why am I doing the most in hopes that people will stay around me? A full projection onto social media like that. Every time I spoke in that kind of teaching way, I wasn't directing it to my audience. I was directing it to the people in my life. Specific people, I was trying to think about that toward projecting a lot of my teaching, people in my past. I'm not trying to talk like that to people I don't know. People I don't know are my audience. How heavy that projection was. I'm like, oh shit. Reflection is so nice, you guys. Here I am right in the moment being like, oh fuck, teaching the healing thing. I'm not gonna make myself feel bad. This is not me making myself shameful about doing that. Sad. Like, I feel like I'm giving myself compassion right now. The image in my head, I've always wanted to be a teacher, but I just didn't know how to be a teacher. And with having so much of my own ego in the way and not enough patience towards other people or myself, I was teaching just to be like, I'm the teacher. I'm the one who taught you this. I don't want to teach like that. I don't want to teach out of, oh, I know more than you. Listen to me. I could see how that really came out before, but that really was not something I wanted. I don't want to teach. Like, I just rather inspire. I'd rather teach myself things. So many things to teach myself. And that's another thing. Like, I was so focused on teaching other people healing when there's so many things I've been curious about on myself that I wanted to teach myself. Whole redirection of that. I fucking said teaching like 10 million times. Teaching. This month, I got to focus a lot more on I do have. Even if this is optimistic hijacking, I do have past or present dealings with depression and anxiety that had been like a default to your mental programming for years. It's so easy for you to think you don't have anything. A spiral, like maybe you're not thinking that all the time. If you're triggered, it's easier to be like, I don't have this than I do have this. The trap of the depression and anxiety makes you constantly feel like, yeah, you don't have what you want or you think you want. So for me, having a lot of optimism helps. It's not fake positivity. I'm so real when I'm hurt. I'm so real when I'm angry. I'm just so real with my emotions in general that I'm allowed to give myself like a boost of optimism because I know it's a boost. I want to encourage myself towards more of that. My default is the opposite. If you're really going through something tough and you're like, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, that's fake positivity. That's toxic. If you're going through hard stuff and you're like, holy shit, this is fucking tough. This is hard. I don't even know if I can deal with it in this moment. That's real. In a couple minutes after that, after acknowledging how hard it is, to be like, you know what? I do have this. That's what I'm working on personally. A big thing during this month was saying no to my grandma on something I didn't want to do. This was actually very big, and I know it might sound small because you're like, what? You never said no to your grandma? No, I haven't. Not in the ways where I could have disappointed her. Of course, I've said no to her, like, no, I don't want to eat this. No, to like really casual stuff, of course, but I've never said no where I knew disappointment would follow. What she was asking me for, I'm gonna spill a little bit of tea to just paint a picture. My grandma was asking me not just forgive my mom, but act like nothing happened. Talk to her like normal because my mom's sad. I was listening to my grandma say this. I was trying to have so much compassion to everybody. My mom, my grandma. In that moment, my inner child was so triggered. Why is it that every family member cares so much about the other family member being sad except me? Nobody in the family ever cared that I was the sad one. When I was sad, people left me alone, or they told me it wasn't a big deal, to forget about it, to laugh it off. Why is it always that when another family member is sad, I have to care so much? I have to be the one to fix it. Because I have been the one to fix it when I was younger. As soon as a family member was sad, it was almost like I was sent to make them happy, make them feel better, validate them, give them my energy, give them my excited love. When I'm sad, oh, leave her alone. How's that fair? When my grandma was asking me to forget everything because my mom's sad, I couldn't do it. Why is it that you guys don't care when I'm sad? I showed you my whole accident. Mind you guys, I showed my grandma my accident, and she's like, why would you hurt yourself like that? I taught you not to do that. Why would you do that? She didn't ask me why. She didn't ask me why in terms of like actually caring. She's like, why would you hurt yourself like that? Almost be like bleeding out to death. But my family wants me to care more about when another family member cries. That's fucked up. My pain is always too much for my family members, but everyone else thinks I could just handle theirs too. People know I'm already going through a lot, but they're like, no, she can handle mine as well. I had to say no to her. After saying no to her, you guys, I felt so fucking good. Fuck, I'm so tired of being the one to want to mend my family together, to bring my family together, to encourage my family to talk together, be the only one to be the one uplifting. I'm so tired. No to you guys. Entitlement my whole life over me and never caring about me. I can't say yes to that anymore. There was a moment during my homeless journey when I was living in my car where I was literally saying, my family better not be sad. I fucking died. I said that out loud with full truth. They want so much of me and they don't ask me if I'm okay. And when I say I'm going through something, they don't want to hear it. When I say I'm going through an accomplishment, they don't want to hear it. My family don't want to hear anything about me. Why do I have to constantly overextend myself for that? They don't want me happy, they don't want me sad, but they want me for them. That's it. I can't do it anymore. I've been trying and learning and practicing having nuance of seeing my family as their inner child form, people as who they are. The only reason I refer to them as family is to refer to the group that I grew up with. But when I say family, I don't feel love. I don't feel any attachment them in my new season at all. In the same breath, I don't want to be closed off where I ghost them again. I'm available to talk to them, but I don't initiate conversation with them unless it's a special event or something like that. Or if I genuinely am missing them in that moment, then I will message them. Other than that, I don't really have casual conversations with them. They don't have conversations with me. We're just checking in that we're still all alive. Cool. Broke down a lot of self-made walls of rejection and neglect. Being so used to those feelings is really sad for someone. If that's something you default to in connections, you just instantly feel rejected, you instantly feel neglected. Most of the times it has nothing to do with the other person doing what they're doing, how they're living. From simple actions, I would feel like, oh yeah, this person doesn't want me in their life. Simple actions. What if they're busy, right? But to me, every time someone told me they were busy growing up, it just meant they didn't want to be near me. My guardians being busy meant just sitting in front of the TV when I needed to be picked up. That's not busy. Hard for me to giving so much comfort to my inner child when feelings of neglect and reject come up, because all I think about is the past. It's sad because it's not even like my childhood past. It's even pretty close as well. Last year, how many times and how many connections was I gonna have that I allowed constant neglect? When things feel healthy with people, and then there's a moment of like them being busy, like I have to do so much soothing. I know they're not trying to say they're busy just to ignore me. I know they're genuinely busy. Back in my mind, I'm like, oh fuck, they just rather not hang out with me. Awareness of where I am neglecting myself and rejecting myself in the connections now and trying to just keep the triggers and memories like to the past, that's my kindness was definitely transformed. Being around this kind of roommate, sometimes you can't be limitlessly kind. It's so annoying to always expect the person who chooses to be the bigger person to always remain that way. It's so annoying. And then having that person always be on that pedestal of, yeah, they're always going to stay morally up there, but I get to stay down here because I've always get to be down here. But when they go down here, I'm a talk. I feel like kindness shouldn't be treated like niceness in a way of expectations. People expect you to be nice in social settings. Oh, be courteous of this, be courteous of that. That's just being nice. Being kind is from the heart. I feel like being nice is a mental thing. Being kind is choosing that. In the end, I will meet others where they're at when there's disrespect, like constant disrespect. Sure, one time I'll be like, okay, that person was a little shady in the moment. Won't take it personal. After it's a pattern that you're just actually like that, you're just straight disrespectful to me no matter what, no matter how kind I show up to you consistently. Okay, you're gonna get the other person then. Okay, you don't want this version of me being kind because I'm human and I get it. You don't want that. Okay, time to be an equal bitch. I'm tired of people who are constantly choosing to be rude and stay rude, know that their rudeness is impactful in a negative way. You think I want to stay kind to that? No. I will meet you where you're at and let's see who can last in that discomfort. I can guarantee when I reach that point of let me match you, I can almost be performative about it and it almost can get annoying for you. That's just something I know about myself and I don't want to reach out with you. Okay? Let's just be kind to each other. Before you also are like, whoa, this person is such a bitch all of a sudden. No, I'm just kind of reflecting to you that you're a fucking bitch all the time. Also, if you keep telling people to be kind and nice after constant disrespect, just know you're an enabler to the bully. You're not trying to keep the peace, keep the calm. When someone's literally telling you they're distraught and they're getting hurt by it, and you're like, just be kind. Just look on the other side. You're an enabler to abuse. Someone's telling you they're hurt and you're like, forget about it. I can forget about it. You're also an enabler to yourself of abuse. You're like, I'm okay with dealing with this behavior. It's okay for me. I'm okay with dealing with this, so you should be okay with dealing with this kind of abuse. I've built so much gratitude for my inner strength, inner compass, inner knowing within the external world. I feel so much more comfortable being out and about in my lonesome, looking confident in doing what I'm doing. I don't stop my crochet when other people look at me. I don't stop my editing. I don't stop me eating. I don't stop anything I'm doing as if I'm alone at my home, if I'm out and about anymore. I'm meant to be here because I feel good here. I'm meant to be doing this. I feel good doing this. I can be out at parks doing this. I can be in cafes doing this. Nothing will bother me now about my direction. I'm also believing in and trusting that my creations are bringing in material fulfillment, security. I no longer want to see the proof before the pudding. I want to just, this is my process. This is what I'm doing in my day-to-day. No expectations of results. Not, okay, by the end of this month, this is gonna happen for me because I'm doing this. I don't want to think of what's gonna happen for me because I'm doing what I'm doing anymore. I've done that on social media for too long. Now I just want to create, trust that there's something gonna come out of it. If that's just emotional fulfillment for right now, I will take it. That's what I am feeling and getting out of it. If I'm not getting my millions, I'm so happy though. I wouldn't trade my happiness anymore. Seeing how a lot of people would like to just stay, I would not trade my happiness anymore. Releasing wanting connections everywhere I go. Releasing getting defensive easily. Releasing control of the bigger picture. Releasing bringing up the past. Those were key pointers during the fire release ritual during the full moon. It's always fun to see subconsciously what I'm holding on to, and I get to really see that during full moon time because I'm intentionally trying to release something. The whole getting defensive easily and wanting connections everywhere I go, I didn't realize those were actually big, holding me back. Those were my own limitations. Look at me calling myself out. Like, I know I'd be getting defensive easily. I know that I literally kind of desperately wanted connections everywhere I went. I would be expecting conversations, or I would be expecting reciprocity. You just show up and see what happens. I require my close circle to believe in my creations and friends that just enjoy life. I'm at this season where I don't want to make people see how I see life. I don't want to encourage people to do what I'm doing. I just want people to enjoy life. See if we mesh from there. How do you enjoy life? Do we enjoy life the same? Let's see what happens from there. Do we enjoy life differently? Okay, we don't have to really engage too much if we view things too differently. A full acceptance of myself now, a Libra full circle of not caring to be approved in social settings anymore. I know this is Scorpio, but I brought up Libra because it is a wound of Libras to want to be approved in social settings. That affected me really bad for a long time. Now I'm like, no, I know who I want close to me. I know who I'd want around me. I know who I want to spend time with, and I can choose that. It's not that I just have to settle and stick with whoever's just around me. No, I can set the standard every day. Love a nice transformation time. I feel like my second house definitely got rocked. It's hard for me to define right now how it affected my self-worth, but I feel like I just gained more confidence in my self-worth to blanket it. Feel more confident in my creations and how I can create what I'm creating. Now I'm not like, oh my God, my bigger picture, which is great. Now I'm just in the process of here. Maybe that goes along with that wounded masculine energy of, oh yeah, I'm doing productivity for results. This equals this does this, brick by brick. I'm more in the feminine energy of, I'm creating and we'll see how it goes. I don't know when it's gonna end. It could end at any time, or it could just keep going. Who knows? It's creation. I love that for me. I definitely saw a transformation from masculine to femininity. Bars. Thank you so much for watching my Scorpio evaluation of myself. If you went through a huge transformation yourself, or any kind of transformation, any kind of intensity, any kind of burst of passion, any investigative work into your own psyche, let me know. Those are big Scorpio themes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you watching this, seriously. It means the world that you're also curious of the way I'm curious about astrology and my life. I appreciate your interest in my life. Love you so much. I'm wishing you blessings for a year. Bye.